Okay, hi, my name is Johnstone. I'm an Associate Professor in the School of Geography, Planning and Environmental Management at the University of Queensland. And I'm here at this conference to talk about new emergent technologies which allow us to monitor the environment, and specifically in the marine and coastal environment. So what do I mean by that? Well, I guess what I'm trying to deliver here today is a talk which shows us how these new technologies which include things like sensors, which are the small devices that make the actual measurement, how they link to a network, and how these networks then enable us to receive information at scales in time and geographically that we've never really been able to achieve previously. And so why is that of interest? Well, it's really of interest to us because it means that for the first time many more people will be able to afford to measure and make enough measurements so that we can truly begin to separate what we call background noise from real indicators of change. And of course, as you'll all be aware, climate change is a very big elephant in the room, and we're talking a lot about, is it real or is it not real? Well, one of the issues that leads us to that question is in fact the lack of an ability to really separate what is normal variation in marine and aquatic systems from true change. And so, to fill that gap, the sort of technology that we're developing in the CMAT project, which includes University of Queensland, James Cook University, Torino and Milan Polytechnic University, is putting together new sensors, new ways of talking to these sensors underwater, and new ways of analysing and managing the data, so that even people with their iPad can now sit in their room, go onto a website, or in fact, if you have it as a research device, you can dial it up remotely from anywhere in the world and talk to it. You can look at the data it's collecting, but you can also tell it what you want it to collect from the combinations that it possesses sitting in the field. And so it could, as we're currently working, be sitting on the Barrier Reef in Queensland. It could be sitting in Moreton Bay, it can be sitting off of Perth, or it could be sitting in the Mekong Delta in Vietnam, which is where we have one of our evolving projects with Swedish aid. And so really I'm here to talk about how these technologies are providing us with a new way of measuring the environment, but they're also providing us with a new power to discern difference, to really identify change as it's occurring, and to therefore make better, more confident decisions based on the models that we might build, but also based on the trends that we analyse. And I guess behind all of that then the take-home message really is that these new technologies, the new electronics, the new technologies that we find in our iPads and our telephones and in our cars now has application in the environment, and because of that we can do it more cheaply, more efficiently, and we can begin to do things that provide us with a power we've never had, so that you sitting in your lounge room or sitting in your research lab can interact with the environment and then make your own judgments and interact with that in a way that we've never been able to do in the past. Thank you. I hope you have a pleasant afternoon or morning.